right? And this is a learning experience. And then I'm going to pause and I'm going to fix everything the proper way, and I'm going to come back to this again. But for the learning curve, see this line down here and this line over here? Those are your cut lines, right? Those cut lines have got to be on this sheet of paper. And look at that. What happens? Part of your project is missing. Part of your project is not on this sheet of paper, which means what? Yeah, when you print, that will not show. So what I need to do is I need to go, let's see, I need to go back over to this image and make my new lines, my new cut lines, because the cut lines are off. I need to probably add one more in there. Lesson learned. I made a mistake on video. Imagine that, if you're gonna make some mistakes. My original canvas was 33 by 17, 33.5 by 17. But I forgot, when I did my math at the end, I forgot that I increased the canvas size to fit all this picture on here. And then I based my sections off of the math from my original canvas size of 33.5 by 17 instead of what is the actual canvas size. Now you're going to go up to image size, image, canvas size, switch it over to inches. I'm now at 25.6-ish by 45.3. So that's a big difference between 33.5, and so those numbers I need to write down and then do my math and figure out how big each cut needs to be. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now that I feel like a little bit of an idiot, and I'm going to fix all my work, create my new lines, and when I'm done with new lines, I'll come back in and I'll continue from there. So I will be right back. Real quick, I'm going back through my changes, and one thing I want to point out is if you make a mistake, don't worry. One of your best functions about Photoshop, period, is this button right here. You step forward, you step backward. If you make a mistake, you can step backward, and everything you've done in that swipe, in that section, will be gone. And you keep stepping back until you go back to where you were right prior to your mistake. So there you go. Step forward and step backward are amazing. Something else I want to point out to you all is when you're up here in your ruler section, if you right click, it's probably going to be in centimeters. If you right click in there, you can change it to inches, and that's what I would recommend doing, considering all your work is in inches and not centimeters. So change it to inches, and that will help you move your blue lines along your ruler without any issues. Okay, so now that I redid everything, I realized that there are, like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 across. Okay, 4 squares across by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares going down. So that tells you 20 sheets of paper, right? But keep in mind, it's going to be a blank spot, and that is going to be a blank spot. So we're looking at about 18 sheets of paper to put the back piece together. Now, once again, we're going to come up here and we're going to choose the rectangular Marquee tool, and we're going to select, sorry, let's do this again. Okay, deselect that. Okay, now I'll go and file, save as, and it's the back. Remember, we just redid the back, so now I'm going to save it over the last PSD. Hit OK, because now I edit it. Alright, so then we go over to layers, and remember, you have to drop your layers down. You got to flatten image, and hit OK, and there you go. Now you have your image again. Now we can start using our rectangular Marquee and selecting each section at a time. It's very time consuming. Remember, go past your line, your actual cut line. Alright, so edit, then copy. Come back over here to the actual sheet of paper and hit edit and paste. There you go. That is it. Okay, well, that's not it, but this is your new sheet of paper. It's going to print out, just for this small section, but it's what you need to do. Alright, and then you'll have your cut line. Once you have a piece of paper, you actually cut along the border of your actual project. But this is your cut line tab line, if you want to call it that, because you can use these to as little tabs to connect pieces. I'll be right back. God, love being in Iraq. People just randomly come up and knock on your door. Yes, I'm in Iraq, in Mosul. Alright, so that's your first piece there. And bring your layers back up. Remember I made the little up thing there. It shows you the direction of your paper. And I also made this text right here. And what I'm doing is, I call this one center back. It's not center back, so let me rename that. I don't know why I call it center back. Alright, so delete this. And this is back part 1. And you can move it around, of course, to wherever you want to move it. That's all on you. The reason I call it back part 1 is because I'm going to label each of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, so on and so forth, so that way I know what order they get lined up in. So it helps me keep track. So now you have your image brought up. Now, here's a very important part. Okay? File. Save as. Center back. Remember, it's going to name it as you named it before. Okay? Part 1. You want to save it as an individual PSD file first. So you can come in, hit OK. So you can edit just this as a project. Then File, Save As, go down here. I'm not sure why my stuff's not showing up as a PNG right now. I normally save as a PNG, but I don't have the option today. I'm not sure why. So I'll save as a JPEG. And of course it's self-titled. Center back part 1. And now when I save it, hit save. Let's go maximum quality, hit OK. Now it's saved as an image and it's saved as a project. One more time, file, print. Make sure your printer options are all set up properly. And this is the fun part because my computer's a little slow. And there you go. The print option comes up. I hit enter for print. And I'll be back with the actual one on paper to show you. And I'm going to show you the chest plate, so I have to skim through this whole portion again. This is what it looks like once it's printed out on a piece of paper. Okay, too easy, right? There you go, that's what you got. Now what I'll do is I'll print out, or slowly do the rest of these and print these out, and then you actually cut this area out up to the red line and cut up this red, or correction, you'll cut the full, I'm sorry, let me backtrack, you'll cut the full item out, and then whatever beyond this red line is your tab, which you can glue to the second piece, or you can tape, whatever you have to do. So that's what you'll cut out, and that's your tab line. Alright, now I'll be right back. Alright, this is a chest plate here. I just want to give you a demonstration of how you start piecing things together. You can see each one done individually, and these aren't cut out yet, and that'll be a separate video entirely. I'll be doing that once my foam actually comes in. But you'll see how each of these piece together, all your up sections, so you know which is which. They're all labeled number 2, number 4, so on and so forth, right? And that's how they work. And if you want to do a rough draft, you take a few of them and you line them up, red line over red line, and then you can measure from your edge to your edge, and it should be exactly what your original measurements were when you measured off yourself. And this will give you a concept. I have like, what was it, 15, 18, something like that, 16 sheets of paper for the chest region, 2 for each shoulder, and then the hand plate, so on and so forth, the thighs. But I really hope this video does in fact help you out quite a bit. I know I talk fast. I know I'm probably missing a lot of things which are very pertinent to understanding what I'm talking about. So post a comment below or send me your individual question. I'll see if I can answer it better for you, and maybe it's something I'm missing that a lot of people don't understand, then I'll recap it in another video. So I'm hoping this helps you resize imagery so you can base, what's the best way of explaining this? Basically, you're taking your measurements of your body and you're taking an image and you are creating a puzzle out of paper to put together to match your measurements so you can make a nice solid template to cut into your foam. That's going to be a whole new video entirely once my foam gets here on how to take this application and put it in effect on actually making the suit. So until then, remember, if we can do it, so can you.